Hey Cancer, welcome back to another round of weekly readings. I hope the past week has treated you well, and if it hasn't, I do hope that things turn around for you, sending blessings your way in that respect. My candle just blew out, but I don't want to stop because we're already on a roll. I'll have to do that next reading. No worries, we are still divinely protected and guided. So the story continues. Ace of Swords coming out first for you today, Cancer. I don't have any new announcements to make, so we're just gonna get straight into it. I want to see what other cards come out here. There's a lot of different meanings for me, and I need some context behind this. I mean, right off the bat, I always want to say this is when our intuition speaks to us and guides us along the way, or when we see something coming. Yep, okay. Yeah, Ten of Swords at the bottom. Cancer, I'm so sorry. I'm just like having lots of little fits here. Anyways, Ace of Swords. Yeah, I think you saw a situation coming with a certain someone who is a charm your pants off kind of individual. This Knight of Cups energy here, followed by the Five of Wands. So I'm not getting great vibes, honestly. I think this person that you've been dealing with, that you kind of had a suspicion about, is a Don Juan for sure. I think this person knows exactly what to say and how to say it. But they're all about the words and not a lot of action. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. I don't want to paint that picture at all, but this person blows a lot of smoke is what I'm hearing, okay? They know what to say and how to say it and how to romance you. And, you know, they've got visions of grandeur as far as romanticism is concerned. They can come across as very heartfelt and sincere, you know, coming to you with their hat in their hand sort of thing. This might have been somebody from your past that did you wrong, and just because I was hearing and coming back to you with my hat in hand, who's presenting you with an apology, but you're not accepting it. It's all smoke and mirrors in your opinion, and it's just like, yeah, well, it all sounds good, it all looks good and stuff, but this is what I know to be true here. I think that you're not falling for it. It is what I'm getting here. I'm getting that with this person that you are or were involved with, that there was a lot of passion, maybe a little too much passion though. There might have been some arguing. That's halfway between arguing and argument. It's my new word. I'm going to put that in the Urban Dictionary. There might have been some arguing, some passionate. So, you know, the relationship might have burned bright in passion, but that doesn't just translate in the romantic energy. It can translate into that verbal stuff too, where there's fights and things like that. I feel chaos and never knowing quite where you stand with this person. I feel like you had to do a lot of acrobatic work in this relationship to try to get along with them or understand the relationship as it was. Okay, so these are just the initial energies that I'm picking up off. So if this sounds like your story, stay tuned. If it's not, you know, still stay tuned. I can't tell you how many tarot readings I've watched through the years where I was like, yeah, this doesn't resonate at all. Like, this is just not garbage, but it's not fitting, or it was a little confusing off the top. But by the middle of it, it was dead on. So, you know, whatever. If you've got time, stick around and maybe, you know, something else will come to light that suits you. But in any event, this is where it's going so far. Doing intuitive read today, Cancer. I haven't mentioned that to everybody, but again, this is going to be another situation where it's not necessarily reading the traditional meanings of the card, but just feeling that energy and going with that before anything else. So what else can you tell us about this this relationship here with this Knight of Cups? What else does Cancer need to know? What would Cancer like to hear? It's all about boundaries and caution. Yeah. So I'm getting a lot of things off of this card to start. And it's going to depend where where your story lies. But essentially, I think your intuition told you about this person, or is telling you about this person, that, you know, red flags here, like pay attention, and you're somewhat guarded with this person, or you have been guarded with them because you are suspicious. Okay, there's something that's just not sitting right. And so, well, you know, if this person does come back around or is trying to, you know, woo you, that sort of thing, I think you're listening, but you're very skeptical, and you're taking everything with a grain of salt. Tell us more about this Nine of Wands, please. It's very much this energy. I got this a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, with the Nine of Wands, of like, I see you, like I'm watching you, and, you know, you're not going to fool me. Like, you're not naive by any stretch of the means. And I feel like you're letting this person know it too. I don't know what they did to you. We'll clarify later, but always, always, always trust your intuition. If you don't know how to listen to your intuition, I highly recommend you start learning how to do that. Maybe I'll start a series later on as I grow the business into how to tap into that. Three of Pentacles here. Okay, one more card, please. Four of Wands at the bottom, and that showed up on the split earlier too. Interesting. Two things. This person's a real flirt. They flirt with other people. And I'm not saying anything happens beyond that, but I'm picking up on that straight away because I'm watching these two here, and it's very flirtatious, and potentially someone at work or someone that they're working with on a project. So whether it's school or work or something, there's this flirtatious energy going on between them, and you don't like it. You don't like it, and you're watching it. I don't think that you've been in a relationship with this person very long. The moon underneath here, it can speak to illusions, secrets, things being kept under the surface. It is Cancer energy. Oh, sorry, not Cancer, Pisces. So, yeah, exactly. I feel like this person might be a Pisces, actually. Yeah, they were kind of reminding me of someone, not even someone specific, but just someone like them. That energy, that similar energy. Anyways, Knight of Cups can be like Pisces, Cancer. I don't feel it's you though, Cancer. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So it really felt like Pisces energy to me because it reminded me of this Pisces person. And then with the moon down, double Pisces here. So you feel like something's hidden. You just don't trust this. There's a flirtation, and whether it's with a specific person or not, they have a flirtatious nature about them. And I think this leads to arguments, and you just don't trust it. You just really don't trust it. And I think you need to trust it. Trust your intuition is what I'm saying. Because it's almost like something's being hidden, and being in a relationship with this person, whether they're crossing a line or not with another person or other people, what matters is how it makes you feel, and you're just not trusting them. You really don't. And if you don't trust a person, there's not a lot of sense in investing in that relationship. Trust is built, and it doesn't seem like right off the top you've trusted this person anyways. So if it's early, yeah, exactly. Death and rebirth here. So, if you've been thinking that you don't trust this person, there's something fishy going on below the surface, there's nothing concrete that you can prove, but you just don't feel good about it, and you guys fight about, matters of jealousy and things like that, then it's, if you've been thinking about letting go, it's saying that by letting go, it allows you to bring in something new. Okay, so either you've got to let this person go, or you've got to let your insecurities go. But do I feel it's actually insecurities? I don't. Just because of this Ace of Swords up here. It's also possible somebody told you something about this person. being a flirt at work, or they've seen them out and about and stuff, and they're very flirtatious with someone. And again, I'm not saying they've done anything wrong. I don't see that yet, but it's like, for you, it may leave you feeling uncomfortable just with how flirtatious they are, because they are a Don Juan, right? They are someone that's going to romance and have that flirtatious nature about them. And Cancer, that's just not your style. Like, that leaves you feeling completely ungrounded and unstable. Cancers typically like having that stable, loving home relationship, somewhere they can go to and retreat with someone and feel secure. So like more earthy energy. Yeah. So tell us more about this death rebirth. I feel like you're kind of, I feel like you're not trusting your intuition because they make you feel really good. This person makes you feel like excited and loved, in the sense that there's the romanticism really appeals to you. And so you get stuck between your head and your heart. So your heart tells you like, oh, it feels so good, and I enjoy hearing the things they have to say and the promises in this sort of thing here. But when you think about this, when you lend to your intuition, or whether someone's told you something about them, that's when you start to feel like you're not entirely sure about this, and that there could be some deception involved. And this could lead to heartbreak, like an outpouring of emotion. So you're kind of in that space of, you're just not sure about this person at all. Yeah, exactly. 2 of Swords here. And so it's that indecision. Again, I think in your heart and your intuition knows exactly what to do, but there's in your mind, again, because they are so lovely as far as romanticism goes and saying all the right things, it leaves you feeling torn and you don't know what to do. It's kind of like, oh, like, should I, shouldn't I? And it leaves you wondering, is it time to take a risk with this person, or is it time to take a risk and exit left? And I think it's still early on enough that, you could walk away and it would, the collateral damage wouldn't be too much. It's really going to depend. Everyone's going to be different, right? If this reading is not resonating with you, it's not for you. And please don't be, renegotiating a relationship because a tarot reader said so, but it didn't really resonate with you, but they said so. Like, use your intuition because it's strong. And if you are using your intuition too, I also feel like with the Ace there, it's almost like you're beginning to wonder, or if someone has just told you something about this person. Okay. What's going on here with this 3 of Pentacles and the Moon? Let's clarify that, please. Let's clarify the 3 of Pentacles here. What's really going on? 6 of Swords. 3 of Pentacles again, and the Magician. Interesting. This definitely has to do with a collaboration of sorts. Again, whether they work with someone, go to school with someone, working on a project with someone. 2 of Swords here, again, on the bottom of the deck, and this place of indecision. This really is up to you, is what the Magician is saying. Like, it's almost like this energy of contemplating moving away because of this situation here. Still, this is when it gets a bit muddled. I'm starting to feel muddled. It's been crystal clear up until now, and now when I try to clarify the Moon, that which we can't see, so it can be confusing. There could be confusion about moving away, again, with the 2 of Swords being clarified twice here. This is where the Moon energy comes in. You just don't know what to believe. You don't know what to do with respect to this person that you heard about, or you've noticed that they're there's a flirtation there. The Magician is Gemini Virgo energy, and the Magician to me, in this situation calls on you to use everything at your disposal to work through this, okay? So clarify the Magician, please. You need to see things as they are, I'm hearing. Knight of Cups energy again. Ace of Swords in reverse. Did something else jump out? No. So Knight of Cups, and here we are having the Knight of Cups show up here again. Sorry you can't see that. I'm just going to lift them up. So Knight of Cups and Ace of Swords in reverse here. Just move the table back a little bit. There we go. That's better. It's almost what makes you suspicious is what they don't say. What really raises suspicion for you too is what this person doesn't say. That's all I'm getting. It makes you suspicious. What? I want to ask about their intentions. Let's talk about their intentions, because we don't need to talk anymore about how confused you feel about this, or that we've talked about that lots. So let's finish up by talking about what are this Knight of Cups intentions with you. Can they be trusted? Well, we've got the King of Swords coming through. They want to be honest. Their intentions are to be honest. But there's a distance there. What is that? Okay. Continue on. Please tell us about their intentions towards you, this Knight of Cups. What are their intentions? Because the King of Swords isn't a liar. The Chariot. Forward action. I mean, this person's pursuing you. This person's pursuing you and they want to be honest with you. But again, there's something, it's this intuition with this Ace of Wands. There's something about what they're not saying that's bothering you. Page of Wands energy and Six of Swords. It's stopping you from moving forward. There's something about your intuition that's stopping you from moving this forward. It's almost like they're saying all the right things. They're moving towards you. They're passionate about you. Chariot, I believe that's Cancer energy. But it's like not matching somehow. And I think this is what throws you. What's going on? What are their intentions towards this other person here, or people, if it's, females in general? Eight of Swords. Hangman on the bottom. Okay, so if they're the flirtatious type, you've heard about this or you've watched this happen, the first thing I got was they're insecure, and when they flirt, it kind of boosts their ego, their esteem. The second thing I got is this person doesn't do commitment well, and they feel trapped very quickly in relationships that are actually going somewhere. And so in order for them to feel like they still have their freedom and they're not being quote unquote trapped, and they're not, this is an illusion, they're not actually being trapped, but they've got some baggage around this. When they flirt with other people, this is how they end up feeling less trapped. Like they can kind of loosen the reins on themselves a little bit. Okay. But unfortunately, because of these insecurities of theirs, because of the way they behave, it's not a match. It's not jiving with you because it makes you feel insecure and it tweaks your intuition. You're like, hold up. It's like, the alarm bells are kind of going off sort of thing. And you feel like there's a risk of abandonment with this, like this person's going to abandon you or deceive you in some way, shape, or form. And this creates arguments or at least mental confusion in your head. But I feel it's more arguments, and it's arguments around jealousy is what this person would say. You're just being jealous. But it's funny. The two of you are almost acting like mirrors for each other in a sense, because it's like your insecurities are causing upheaval and stuff, and their insecurities, the way they act around other people, like whether, it seems to me like through flirtation and stuff like that, just ignites your wounds that need to be healed. So what I'm trying to say is you both have wounding, right? And the two of you, when you put you together, because of those wounds, the two of you act like catalysts for each other, for opening up these wounds and making yourselves vulnerable, and it can create pain. So if, and only if, this is resonating for you, I would have to wonder if, the two of you, this relationship has come into being so that the two of you can understand your wounds better through each other and learn to heal those wounds. Okay. If you're not resonating with that and you really do feel like, your intuition's bang on about this person, it's that they've got wounding that they need to look back on. And I'm feeling that quite strongly, I think, for the majority of you, because again, they've got you on edge, and it can have to do with some of the wounding from your past about trust and stuff like that. But more than anything is the way they act, it comes from a place of wounding within them that needs some healing sort of thing so that they can function more appropriately in a relationship. Sorry, someone's just knocking on my door. But I'm going to finish your reading before I go up there. If there's some more noise, you'll have to forgive it because we're almost done here. But yeah, so it's an interesting dynamic. So, it's up to you if you want to stay in something like this, but it doesn't really feel like this is going to go the distance. It doesn't feel like it's, a relationship that's serving you well. And only you can be the judge of that as to whether or not, this is something you want to continue to invest in, or if you'd like to just, disconnect. Every relationship we enter teaches us something about ourselves, and vice versa, right? And so, not every relationship is built to last. That's when we talk about, a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? Sometimes people come into our lives just to teach us about something, teach them about something, or both, right? And so this is what I'm seeing right now. So, let's offer up any final advice that we can. It's funny, on the split, I just saw this card here. Yeah, look at healing around family issues. So this person here, the Seven of Swords didn't come up, so I don't think that they're deceiving you in any way, shape, or form. I don't. Again, that's up for individual interpretation based on your situation, but this person needs to do some healing around family issues. This goes back to family issues. Okay, this is what makes them act flirtatious around other people, and that Don Juan energy and stuff like that. So it's up to you. I think the advice from Spirit clearly is trust your intuition, and it's up to you whether or not you want to continue to invest in this relationship, or if it's maybe not the healthiest for you, and if the trust isn't there, why continue on? And especially if this person does have wounding and stuff like that runs deep, it's like, are you in for the long haul to help this person expose their wounds and stuff? Or, think about that. So interesting read, Cancer. Very interesting read. I'm really curious to see what you might have to say in the comments about this one. If you've enjoyed the reading, please be sure to leave a like. And if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. And hitting that little notification bell if you do decide to subscribe, so that you can get notifications of when new readings come through. All right, take care, Cancer. We'll talk to you all later. Bye for now.